What's up, guys? Welcome back. Double checking that everything is working properly. Yeah, it is. Cool. So let's see what we got for today. What's up? What's up? How are you doing? Just make sure that everything is working properly so we can go ahead and start with some updates for today. Yeah, looks like everything is good. Perfect. One sec. Content. Okay, cool. I think everything is working properly. I need several phone numbers for ZK Sync, Discord verification, etc. Do you know where I can get some? 1 second. Let me go ahead and double check here. On my phone, I think it was SMS something. One sec. I don't have the name here. Let me go ahead and ask on the Discord group. One sec. What is the platform? Where we can buy. Phone numbers. Discord. Okay, so I just asked the question on the Discord group. Just allow me a few minutes and I'm gonna be adding the I'm sorry. Oh, bless me with money. Okay, so let's see. Can you be financially free with airdrops? It is a long process. It is not something that is easy, to be honest, but obviously, yes, you can make some money. Now, it really depends on what is financially free for you and financially free for me. Airdrop for me is just a route or path or a vehicle that I'm using to increase my allocation for investments. So for example, my goal is to be investing maybe 150K, 200K before 2025. So what I'm doing is every time that I receive an airdrop, I take around 40% of the gains that I move it into long-term investment. So it is just supersizing what I'm investing. Obviously, just from airdrops, if you're starting today, it is kind of hard to do, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, it really depends on where you're starting, your funds, how much money you have, obviously what you're farming, and obviously your goal. If your goal is to make $10,000 this year, that is completely achievable. $10,000 is completely achievable to do this year. Most likely before April, we should be able to do 10K. Now, if your goal is to make $1 million from airdrops and you're just starting today, yeah, that's kind of hard. But then you might be able to make maybe 25K this year, and maybe if you're investing on your own from your job or anything else, maybe you might be able to push it to 40K in total investment. And then if you do a 10, 15X, that's a nice 500K to have there. 600, 800, and I do think that is a pretty good jump start for you to obviously be financially free. 500K is not a lot, but obviously it might help with some of the things. You might be able to purchase a small condo, have some passive income, maybe stake it somewhere. You might be getting maybe 1%, and that might help. How much do you think that needs to invest to achieve 10K gain? For airdrops, not too much. 1K is actually more than enough for you to get to receive 10K in Airdrop. Again, you do have to be very consistent and understand the process behind it, but 10K is not really that hard to get. I actually made 10K, I think it was 11 or 12K last year, and I started with $40. So it is obviously achievable. So if you're starting with $1,000, before June, you should have more than 10K. I know it's not financial advice, but can you please list some of the projects you're handling for long term? Sure, yeah, no worries. For long-term investment, I do have a list here. One second. Gecko. Let me go ahead and open that. Where's Gecko? Here it is. So long-term investments. I like AVAX. I like OP, even though it is a little bit expensive right now, but I do like it because I have been purchasing OP. I think my average is around 98 cents, so I'm in profit right now for 3x. Aptos is pretty good. TIA pretty good, and at the same time you can invest for the long term and also receive airdrops. So basically you're getting a 2-in-1. So what you can do is purchase TIA for the long term. Most likely this should get to $100 by 2025, and you should be able to receive a few airdrops out of it. So you're making a lot of money right there. Injective is good. Caspa is good. Arbitrum, I just love it. I have a lot of Arbitrum tokens. I have been purchasing since 94 cents, I think. I actually also received the airdrop from Arbitrum. Let's see what else. One sec. One second, guys. Other than that, I do like Pith. I also received the Pith airdrop around 8K Pith. Menta, I do like it for the long term. Akash, I do like it. Zeta Chain, I also really like it, even though right now it is kind of slow, but I do like it for the long term. A0, I like it, but it is not my top priority. Zai, I do like it also. Nakamoto, CGPT, I do like it. Dude, it is already at 20 cents. I've been buying this since 5 cents. So I am up 4x's on CGPT right now. GFAL, I also like it. I'm just trying to purchase it a little bit lower. And BCB, at the moment, these are actually my top priority. Whenever we get the ZK Sync airdrop, I'm also gonna be holding some ZK Sync. Layer 0 also is a must for me. Stargate Finance, I'm also staking some of it since last year. Do you think investing 1K from today will be able to achieve 10K by April? If so, do we need to split this across the chain or need to be focused? 1K investing, it is not the same as 1K for airdrops. If what you're referring to is 1K investing, most likely you should not be able to get 10K by investing unless you know something that I don't know, and obviously you get early with a project that can do a 10x from today until April. But other than that, from airdrops, yes, it is completely achievable. I'm gonna provide the list in just a few minutes, but I do think it is completely achievable. If you're studying right now with your knowledge and you have 1 ETH on your wallet, what would be the road to take? Maybe interesting project for US content and the exact steps. Sure. Okay, so for airdrops, yeah, I'm gonna talk about the list right now. Also for you, Somek. In just a second, I'm gonna share the list. So if you have 1 ETH, is actually more than enough. Again, this is completely for airdrops. Whenever it comes to investing, it is a little bit more complex because investing is way longer. I'm not gonna be selling anything before 2025. So if you just have $2,000 and you're planning to invest it to make some money next month, most likely you're gonna lose some. You need to have a long-term mindset to be investing for the long run. So that's how I'm using it. Actually, for me, for my long-term investment, what I'm doing is sending my funds to a wallet that I don't even have the seed phrase. I don't have my own seed phrase, just for you to know. So I'm just sending funds every week and just leaving it there until 2025. Is Gitcoin passport really important for ZK Sync airdrop? Most likely, yes. What I'm thinking is we might receive the airdrop without the Gitcoin passport, but we might also lose some points. So it really depends. Let's say if you have been using ZK Sync for the past 6 months, you have a pretty good amount of volume, your wallet is not a new wallet, most likely you should be receiving your ZK Sync airdrop. Now, most likely, also, if you don't have the Gitcoin passport, you might lose some points. So actually, I've been looking into it on some of the steps that we can take to increase our points. Actually, I only have 14. Previously, I was trying to get the Civic KYC, but I'm getting some issues connecting it. I don't know why, to be honest. But I did ZK Sync, Trust Labs, I did Google, Discord, Twitter, Guild, Snapshot because I have voted before on Snapshots, GitHub because I do have a GitHub account, and that's it. We also can connect our LinkedIn and Coinbase. Proof of Humanity, by the way, this is not the one from Linea. It is actually one that is different, and I don't like it, to be honest. ENS, if you're holding an ENS on your wallet address, you should be able to get those points. Let me check. Yeah, 2.22 points. That should cost you around $20, and it is pretty good to do. So if you can, go ahead and purchase an ENS. But that is only TH mainnet, by the way. So it will cost you like $5 to register and around $15 for the gas fee. If you want to, what you can do is wait until Sunday at like 3 a.m. so it can be like $5 or $6 for the gas fee. There is also this, which is Genesis Safe signer. We do have, what else? Again, Civic, which I am unable to do it right now. I'm gonna try to do it on my phone. Then we have staking GTC, which the current price of GTC, I think it is like $1.20. So you guys can go for the 5 GTC or 20 GTC to get around 2 more points. 125, that's around $140, $130 for GTC. So it is not really something that I'm interested in, but we can go for the first and the second. And also we had Gitcoin, which if you do some donation on Gitcoin, you can also get some points. The only thing is, once you do have to wait for a few weeks until it shows up. So that's the only bad thing. So yeah, you guys can go with that. So GTC, Gitcoin, do a donation. Unfortunately, most likely you would have to do your KYC. You do have ENS, you can also connect your Coinbase. And basically that's it. If you have a Gitcoin account, it should be pretty good for you. So I have one that is older than 365 days. Unfortunately, I don't have more than 30 days with codes. Maybe like 15, unfortunately. So what I'm gonna try to do is increase my codes. Let's see, more questions. Injective, which platform to look for from today? So on Injective right now there is an airdrop for Hydro, but I'm not too bullish on it, to be honest. GTO, if I received the GTO airdrop, no I didn't. I need all these NFTs or just top boost. For what? Do you mean this NFTs from ZK, from Hypercomic? To be honest, I'm only claiming them just to add some transactions. I don't think we're gonna be receiving nothing out of them. They had an airdrop which already got filled, so I'm not 100% sure what we're gonna be receiving out of them. What else? Which coins we are bullish for the coming halving? Tau and Caspa for me. I like Caspa. I'm not into Tau, to be honest. Arbitrum, Xi, Optimism, ZK Sync, obviously when we have the token, layer 0. Starknet, a little bit, not too much. Aptos, to be honest, all the major L1. People with multiple accounts, what are they supposed to do? Unfortunately, the only route would be having a GitHub account that is old enough. Then you can obviously do Twitter, Discord, Guild, then staking a pretty large amount of GTC, and then doing a lot of donation on Gitcoin so you can get some points. That's really the only way for you to do it. So if you divide $100 and you do 10 grants, you're gonna be getting around 6 to 7 points here. So yeah, it should be enough if you allocate like $100 donation, unfortunately. Right? That is actually the only way. Now, that doesn't really mean all of these projects are gonna be, you will be needing a Gitcoin passport. But sure, it might help in the future. I heard Dimension comes out tomorrow. I think it is this week, but I'm not 100% sure if it is tomorrow, to be honest. Dash, what's up? So let's go ahead and start with the list real quick. So for all of you that have been asking the question, if I have 1K, 1 ETH, what I should be farming or what I could be farming to get some airdrop before April. So April, that would be February, March, April, around 3 months, 3 to 4 months, give or take. Number one for me is the one that I mentioned already before, which is Mode, since it is a confirmed airdrop. So I'm only mentioning things that I think we should be receiving by April, more or less. So Mode, it is confirmed for April, even though we don't know how much money we will be able to do. But if you're pretty consistent with it, if you have been adding a lot of volume, you should be receiving something good out of it. Let me go ahead and refresh to see if I have more points. And basically that's it. That's what I've been doing here on Mode. Just taking 1 or 2 transactions per day, trying to add as much volume as possible, and basically nothing else. Also, there is an announcement on Mode. If you bridge before December the 4th, you will be getting 5,000 points extra. So you guys remember that I said you need to be early on some of these projects. Well, there you go. If you have been adding some volume, if you actually bridge before December the 4th, most likely you're gonna be receiving 5,000 points extra. My sound is bad. Let me go ahead and double check that for you. 1 sec. Actually, let me go ahead and check here. Double check my phone. One sec. Is it good now? Let me check. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Mode hack. While doing transaction, go to advanced, change gas fee to 0.005 and thank me later. Thank you, sir. Oh, good. What do you mean? What do you mean December the 4th? I'm sorry, February the 4th. Not December the 4th, February the 4th. So if you bridge actually before yesterday, you should be good. So yeah, number one for Mode. If you have around 1K, 2K, 3K that you can play with, you should receive something good out of it. Again, you need to be early enough. You need to take transaction every day. You need to leave some funds on the blockchain and actually use it, adding some LP, taking some transaction, and most likely you should be able to make at least 1K from this airdrop. At least 1K you should be able to make out of this if you have enough volume. So number 2 for me is actually Kinza. Again, I'm just mentioning the things that are confirmed here. I do like Kinza because it is backed by Binance and it is a confirmed airdrop. You guys can see right here, it is backed by Binance and the TVL is almost $220 million. And I think they have around 60,000 users, maybe 70,000 users most likely. And you can even remove like around 25% of the users, because most of them are not going to be receiving the airdrop just because they join, and obviously they're adding like $10, removing them, and then not playing with Kinza anymore. So that's why I'm mentioning out of those maybe 70,000 users, 80,000 users, maybe 50,000 are going to be receiving the airdrop. So Kinza, since it is confirmed for April, 5% of the tokenomics will go to the airdrop allocation. So that is another airdrop. If you're adding enough funds into it, and the good thing is, since it is a lending platform, if you're using something like USDC, you can even stake like $500 and you take a loan for $450. So right there, you can continue to use those $450 into something else and obviously increase your airdrop allocation into another project. So that is 2 projects right there. Already, you should be able to do at least $2,000 from those 2 airdrops, from Mode and from Kinza, if you have enough volume to play with. Let's see. I have 339 points on Mode. Does using the DEX increase them? Yes, your transaction on chain will increase your points. I have done things against Solana and Cosmos chain, but nothing in ETH EVM. Do you think that I need to change my mindset? Wherever you feel more comfortable, to be honest. If you really like the airdrops on Solana and Cosmos, sure, you can stick there. You can continue to play with Solana and Cosmos. For me, I'm just doing all of them, or the one that I like, obviously. So yeah, Kinza would be number 2 on my list. Again, this is another one that is confirmed for April. So by April, we should be receiving already 2 airdrops. We can also mention another one, which is Satory Finance. And I'm not 100% sure when we're going to be receiving the airdrop, but they have way too many tweets about airdrops. You guys can see right here. It looks like an airdrop. And again, airdrops is... So right here, another thing about airdrops. So it looks like they're going to have an airdrop for Satory Finance. Satory Finance is not a small project. So most likely we should receive something maybe by April or after April. So if you start using it today, you have enough volume, you should be able to make a pretty good amount of money from Satory Finance. So again, that is 3 airdrops. Then let's see what else we have. Obviously, we need to mention Hyperliquid, which would be number 4 on the list. Only 64,000 users. A few hours ago, I tweeted about the amount of users. So I have my referral link. I think I have added like 120 referrals on Hyperliquid. And out of those 120, maybe 60% actually added some volume on Hyperliquid. So again, you can do the same calculation here. You're seeing 64,000 users. Most likely 30%, 25% are not going to be receiving any type of airdrop. So that means our allocation will be bigger. Their TVL is already at $150 million. And on Wells Market, there are some people purchasing the points, since this has a point system, for an average of $2.50. So just saying, it might be worth it. I have around 150 points right now. So, and the point system is until April also. So most likely we should receive the airdrop for Hyperliquid after April. So right there you have 4 confirmed airdrops. Again, if you have enough volume on them, if you have enough consistency, there is no way you cannot do 4K from these 4 projects. At a bare minimum, you should be making at least 4K from these projects. So that is number 4. Number 5 on my list, which is Aevo. And another one that is confirmed. So if we go to Aevo and we scroll down, 1 second. Where is that thing? Here it is. So you guys can see the tweet, right? That Aevo will have the airdrop program. There is no point. So if you have been using it for the past few weeks, past few months, most likely you are eligible for this airdrop. And the previous airdrop for Aevo was actually Ribbon Finance. So this is a rebranding of Ribbon Finance. The airdrop for Ribbon Finance, it was around 5K. So hopefully they can replicate something similar out of it. So if you have enough volume, if you have enough consistency, actually you can start using it today. I'm going to be adding the link for all of these projects later on, but that is another airdrop that we should be receiving maybe in 30 days, 45 days, most likely. Can't see your screen. I think right now you should. Oh, okay. Cool. So right there, this is for Aevo, right? So I mentioned also Hyperliquid, so you guys can get involved with it. Kinza, you guys can get involved with it. Pretty easy to use. Kinza is just some staking, and then you can borrow against it, use your funds to then allocate it into something else. And let's see what else we have. I actually added some. Oh, we actually have one that is actually coming in the next few days, which is what's the name? Fluidity. So here it is. Fluidity is having an airdrop event. This is a pretty small project. Let me see if I can connect my wallet here. And by the way, if you guys have been farming Fluidity, most likely you should have more points at the moment. Go ahead and refresh. There we go. Okay. So there is only 4 days left for Fluidity. Only 4 days. And I think there is around 5,000 people actually farming Fluidity. So pretty good. Most likely it can be a good airdrop. If out of it I get $100, $500, pretty good. Actually, I only spent $50 on gas fees. So if I get more than that, I'm pretty happy. So that is another airdrop. If you haven't received any type of airdrop in your life and you want to receive one pretty quickly, you guys can check Fluidity. Again, I'm going to be adding a link for it, but if you want to, you can go ahead and type DeFi Chronicles Fluidity on YouTube and you'll be able to find a guide on it. Yes, so Drift actually was the other one that I was going to mention. Drift is having a point system which will be available for the next 3 months, so for the next 12 weeks. And the first week actually ended already, so we only have 11 weeks. So they mentioned that would be the only point system that they're gonna have. So most likely after those 11 weeks, we should be receiving an airdrop, or at least some type of information about an airdrop. So if we calculate 3 months, that should be after April, we should be receiving the airdrop for Drift. So again, if you want to add some volume, be consistent on Drift, just use some leverage, maybe allocate like $100 and play with it, take some trades. Basically, that's it. And you don't need to leave your position open for too long. It doesn't really matter. You can open a position for 1-2 minutes, then close it, then open another one, open another position, and just continue to add more and more volume over and over. Where can I see my volume on Aevo? Actually, you're unable to see your volume on Aevo. What you need to do is go to portfolio, go to trade history, and then you need to calculate everything from trade history, unfortunately. So yeah, you need to calculate 0.21 plus 0.04 plus 0.020, so on and so forth, and then calculate. Do all the calculation. If you're doing for Aevo, you should give badge for 100 deposit in Discord. What do you mean? So yeah, so Aevo is another one. Fluidity is another one. Then we mentioned drift. So right there, if we are calculating by April, actually we can even add layer 0. Maybe we don't get it in April, but we should be getting it before June. So that's another one that the snapshot is not taken, so we can add it to the list. So layer 0 would be one. We can add Fluidity to the list. We can add Kinza. We can add Hyperliquid. What else we can add? Aevo. Did I mention something else? Drift. So in total, we have 6 airdrops that we can farm. If you do it right, most likely on average, you should be able to get 1K, 1.5K. And again, this is pretty small, to be honest. On some of them, if you have enough volume, you should be able to get way more than 1K. But I'm just saying 1K by 6, that is 6K. If you get 1.5, 1.6, you should be able to get 10K by April. Anyone that deposits $100 in Discord gives you a badge similar to Kilo X. Oh, okay. Pretty interesting. But is that for Kilo or for Aevo? Because I think I have added more than $100 on Aevo. Oh, you guys can see all the crazy volume that I have around. I have a lot of transactions. And this is just one of my wallets. I have another wallet with some volume also on Aevo. Okay, for Kilo, yeah. Kilo is another one that is pretty good, but to be honest, I don't know when we're gonna be receiving the airdrop for Kilo. I have almost 9,000 points on Kilo, but to be honest, I don't know when we're gonna be receiving the airdrop. Yeah, sure. Internet is kind of slow today. What the heck? Yeah, looking pretty bad. So yeah, actually looking pretty bad. Okay, so then last week someone asked about this hypercomic. I didn't want to mint it, but to be honest, after checking, it looks pretty safe. So I started to mint them. I have all of them already. So more than 30 transactions. You guys can see that I have 224. More than 2 months, more than 4 months, more than 6 months. Yes, I have all of them because I've been using ZK Sync for a long time. But I don't really think we're going to be receiving a good airdrop out of it, to be honest. I'm just doing it just to receive something or just to have the NFTs or basically just to add some transactions. Since it is pretty cheap to mint, maybe 30 cents, something like that, we're basically adding some free transactions on ZK Sync. Hey, is under 10K rank on Kinza good enough? It could, sure, it could. Right now, my ranking on Kinza is 6K. Do you think Starknet airdrop has been taken? I'm guessing you're referring to Starknet snapshot, not the airdrop. The snapshot, yes, it has been taken. And most likely, we should receive the airdrop for this month or next month. At least that's what I am expecting. But obviously, with Starknet, we never know. They might do it this month, they might do it next year. So yeah, other than that list, I think you guys can also add Wormhole. I'm not 100% sure if we're gonna be receiving it before April. But again, if you're early with it, you might receive a bigger allocation. And it is pretty easy to use. You just need to bridge. If you can do it maybe twice a week, obviously it will be way better than someone else that is just starting, that will be starting maybe in 2 months, 3 months. If you can start today, start adding 1 or 2 transactions on Wormhole, obviously that would be great. Again, if you need a guide on all of that, just type my name, DeFi Chronicles, and then add the name of the project. I should have a guide on all of them. But it is pretty easy to use. Again, from all of them, if you're adding enough volume, if you're adding enough consistency, if you can take maybe 30 minutes out of your day to add some transactions on all of these projects that I mentioned, actually not all of them. For example, Kinza, you don't need to use it every day. If you're staking, you don't need to play with it again. But for Hyperliquid, for Drift, for Layer 0, Wormhole, and many others, if you're active enough, your airdrop allocation should be way bigger. How much am I staking on Kinza? I think I'm staking 1K, I think. I would have to check, but I think I'm staking 1K on Kinza. Also, I've been staking it for a long time. I'm also using 2 wallets on Kinza. My first wallet, my main wallet, I have, my ranking is around 6K, and I think my second wallet is around 7.5, 7.8 ranking. I think, last time that I checked. So yeah, basically that's the list. So hopefully that answers your question. If you have 1K, 2K, what you should be doing. You actually can also get involved with some of the blockchains, but if what you want is something that is confirmed for the next few months, that should be the list. That should work. Now, I would still get involved with ZK Sync. I would still get involved with Scroll, probably Linea also, even though I do think we're kind of late for Linea. But if you can add a few transactions, go ahead and do it. We never know. You might lose just a few dollars on gas fee, but if you have enough funds, go ahead and play with it, be consistent, and add some volume. For sure, it might help. Lastly, also, if you haven't done it, make sure that you do your proof of humanity on Linea. This will be available until February the 12th. So you guys can see, pretty easy to use. You guys don't need the Gitcoin passport. You can just check on Tresta Labs. If you have enough points, mine does. Then, I don't know why, to be honest, I tried to do this one, but unfortunately I cannot do it. Obviously I have Twitter Blue and I have more than 50 followers, but I am unable to claim this one. Then I also claim the second one from Trusta and also another one from OX Core. And right here you guys can see you have completed the proof of humanity. Pretty easy to use. You will require around $15 to pay for all the gas fees from Trusta and also OX Core and also the second one from Trusta. But make sure that you do it. We have around 7 days, I think. On Satory Finance, which chains do you recommend to use? I use Scroll and ZK Sync on Satory Finance most of the time. I have used Linea in the past, but to be honest, I'm not very active on Linea anymore. I already added the volume that I wanted, so most of the time I'm just adding 1 transaction or 2 on Linea per week, and that's it. I'm not really playing a lot with Linea lately. But on Satory Finance, ZK Sync is actually the best, I think. ZK and then Scroll. And to be honest, it doesn't really matter. Because once you deposit your funds on Satory Finance, the volume that you're taking on Satory Finance would not be added to your wallet. So if you take like $1,000 in volume on Satory Finance, you will not see it on chain because you're actually using their platform to add the volume. So it doesn't really matter. For how long do you need to hold a position on Aevo Hyperliquid? Is there a minimum amount of time that prevents someone from spamming 20x leverage and ton of volume? No, there is not. Guys, remember, in trading, we have scalp trading, which is just seconds of tradings or just minutes. Then we have day trading, which is a trade that is taken within 24 hours. Then we also have, what's the other name? Oh my God. For weekly and months. I forgot the name, but you can also do long-term trading. But basically, if you're taking it for just a few seconds, just a few minutes, obviously you can do it because that is scalp trading. That's exactly what I have been doing. Rarely I am taking a position for more than a few hours. Unless I know that I can make some money, I might do it. But if not, I'm closing my position within 5 to 10 minutes. And it is working pretty good, to be honest. Hi, do you think OmniBoost is important for the airdrop? It might be, but only if you have enough funds to purchase it. Again, if you only have $300, don't go and purchase an NFT just because you think that might increase your airdrop allocation. It doesn't make sense. Now, if what you have is 3K and you can spend $100, $200 on an NFT, sure, go ahead and purchase it. It might help for sure. Thank you for your answer, and big up for all you're doing. Sure, my pleasure. So yeah, basically that's it. I think with that, please guys, you should be good. Again, make sure that you're adding some transactions on some of the blockchains. ZK Sync obviously is my favorite. Scroll is extremely underfarmed. Also on Scroll, you guys can use something like Ambient, which is also tokenless. On ZK Sync, you can use something like Othos, which is tokenless, Jumper, tokenless. So there is many ways for you to increase the chances of you receiving multiple airdrops just by using some blockchains. So yeah, hopefully that is good enough for you guys to start farming. I missed the first round of drift. How are the points? Like, do you get 100 for 100 of volume, or points give out slow? To be honest, I don't know. I haven't used drift after the point system, to be honest. I'm still waiting for my points for the OG points. So that's it. I think I might use it maybe this week or next week, but I don't think it really matters. If we start using drift right now or in 2 weeks, the points should be the same, to be honest. It should be the same, I think. But yeah, drift is pretty good. I see CC2 Ventures said that there might be a chance to get ZK Sync NFT. They're currently 200k holders. There might be a chance to get ZK Sync NFT. How there might be a chance to get ZK Sync NFT? I think they might do a second job, a second job for the NFTs, hopefully. What makes you bullish on OmniBTC? I do like it. I do think it is the most complete bridge out there. If you look, for example, for Jumper, if you compare it to O2 or many others, OmniBTC, you can actually farm Romho, you can farm layer 0, you can also send funds to ZK Sync, to BVM, and many new blockchains. So that's why I do like it. And also it is tokenless. So for me, it is just the complete package that I can farm layer 0, and then at the same time I can farm OmniBTC. That's it. And it is pretty easy to use. That's why I like it. How much did you get from Jupiter? Nothing. I wasn't farming Jupiter. I received the WEN airdrop on 3 of my wallets, but nothing for Jupiter. I'm not really big on Solana, to be honest. Solana is not a blockchain that I really like. I do have some funds on Camino, on MarginFi, on what is the other, on Meteora, Parcel. That's it. But Solana is not something that I really love, to be honest. I do prefer EVM. if you have more than one wallet on ZK Sync, how can you pass Gitcoin Passport? By staking some GTC, also doing some grants. Doing this part right here, which is doing some donation. You can also do GTC staking. If you add enough, you should be able to pass it. Then you can obviously connect a GitHub account. You can do Snapshot, Discord, Google, and many others. And you can also purchase an ENS. That should be enough for you. There are 5 million users on ZK Sync, but how much will be eligible for the airdrop? Like how much wallet eligible for Arbitrum was the minimum allocation, if you can tell. For Arbitrum, I don't remember. You guys can check the information online. I think it was around 600. Arbitrum airdrop. Let's see. $1.6. I don't think they have the information, but I think it was 1.6 million or 600,000 eligible wallets. I don't remember, to be honest. And for ZK Sync, most likely it would be the same. Not because you're seeing 5 million wallets, that means all of them are going to be receiving the airdrop. There is a lot of people joining ZK Sync and not doing nothing. Just taking 1 or 2 transactions and then not using it again. So most likely, again, same process. 33% of that are not going to be receiving anything. So right there, you can cut it to maybe 3 million. And out of it, maybe 1 million are going to be receiving a good airdrop. $700K eligible. Yeah, pretty good. But obviously back then, airdrop, they were not that interesting, just like today. So that doesn't really mean we're going to get the same amount just like Arbitrum. So maybe might be something like 2 million eligible, 3 million eligible. And you can again remove like 30% of those wallets with less than 5 transactions, less than 2 months active. They're not going to be receiving the airdrop. Or maybe a really small airdrop that is something that might cover just some gas fee. Maybe $10, $20, $50, something like that. OP, ARB was different times. I only bridged once and did one swap. Qualified. Yeah. And I don't think we're going to be receiving any type of airdrop in the future for just bridging one time. Most likely not. ZK Sync snapshot taken or not? Obviously not, sir. If we're talking about it, that means no. Just for you to know, guys, we farm airdrops until we get an official announcement. That's the way we do it. We don't start farming just because of speculation. So when we get an official announcement from ZK Sync, that's when I'm gonna stop farming ZK Sync. Until then, I'm still gonna be adding a lot of transactions on ZK Sync because we never know. What do you think about swell restaking? At the moment, I'm not doing it just because if I do, I'm gonna have my funds locked. And to be honest, I think I can get more just by moving my funds around than staking it, but still it is a pretty good project. It is an amazing project. Nothing bad about it. Yeah. I see that on Dune, we see 1.6 with 1 transaction and 1.3 for 1 bridge less than $25. So yeah, right there you guys can see most likely these people are not going to be receiving an airdrop, or maybe it will be something like $100, $50 for the airdrop, just for appreciation of using ZK Sync. Does Guild work for you? I keep getting a glitch that asks me to keep verifying my wallet. Yeah, same. Same thing. Since yesterday. And actually, it is not only for ZK Sync. I'm having the same issue for some other projects. Layer 0 on the farm projects. Well, there is no layer 0 projects. Layer 0 is the project. So there is no on the farm project for layer 0. Layer 0 is the project. And no, layer 0 is not on the farm. But most likely, if you have enough consistency, you can receive a good airdrop out of it. OmniBTC is just a DEX aggregator. It has nothing to do with layer 0. No bridge, actually, has something to do with layer 0. Layer 0 is just the bridging technology. Are you still farming Starknet? No. They already took the snapshot, so I am not doing it. I did the linear proof of humanity, but didn't get any LXP point. Did you think I should continue farming? The LXP point was actually for the wave, for the quest on linear. So if you didn't do it, most likely you will not be receiving the LXP, but you might receive an airdrop. All guilds can join. Out of 12 wallets, only 5 will connect. Others no lag. Been for 2 years. Glitch started 1 month ago for me. Yeah, I'm farming ZK Syncs for the past 12 months. Nice. And I have more than 200 transactions, but I only have 8K volume. Really? Yeah, can I add 50 from now? Is it good to add a large volume in short time and still do it? Yeah, you can do it. Obviously, don't do it within a day, but if you can, maybe over the next month, you should be able. That's okay. That's completely okay for you to add like 40K in volume. Sure, go for it. Again, don't do it in one day separate that amount. So every day do like 5K in volume, and obviously mix your transaction. Don't use the same thing. I got 1.1K on LXP on linear. Pretty good, amazing. If you didn't do POH for linear, don't waste time farming it. Gets no points. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but right now it's actually pretty easy for you to get it, so that's why I did it. But if you didn't, you're not gonna be receiving any type of points out of it. So yeah, that's what we got for today, basically. Oh, also guys, Polyhedra, they have a new NFT that you guys can claim. So you guys can use BNB, OPBNB, Arbitrum, Polygon, and OP. Make sure to claim it on all of them if you're able to do so. So let's go ahead and do one test here just to show you guys the process. That's Arbitrum, yeah. It is completely free, you just need to pay for the gas fee. Nothing else. And that's it, there you go. So now you have an NFT from Polyhedra. This project is also tokenless, so we might receive an airdrop out of it. You can also bridge your NFT, just like Holograph, to another blockchain. So yeah, go ahead and use it, because I think it is using layer 0 technology for that, to bridge your NFT. Oh, my bad. Oh, well, 1 second, yeah. Actually, you guys cannot see. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me go ahead and go back. Yeah, now you guys should be able to see it. There you go. So you can claim on Arbitrum, you can claim also on Optimism. Let's see if I have funds on Optimism to show you guys the process. guess I have, not sure. Yeah, that should be enough. So basically you're just paying for the gas fee on Polyhedra. It is tokenless and you can also bridge it to another blockchain. There you go. Is it safe to use Merkley, or could it mark you as Sibyl? No, you can use it. It is safe. Can I still farm Polyhedra? Yes, sir. If I am talking about it, it is because I think there is still time to do it. Oh, can you farm Aevo on Wormhole? What is that? Not sure. Is drip happening, sir, or layer 3? Layer 3, I don't think we're gonna be receiving an airdrop out of it, to be honest. But drip or drift? If it is drift, yes. Drip, I don't know. I tried doing ETH, but the fees were $23 at the time. Is it for Polyhedra? If it is, most likely yes. Drip, daily claim on Solana. Not sure. I don't know what is drip. But at least I don't remember what is drip. So yeah, once you have it here, you can go to NFT. So you can transfer your NFT to another chain. So let's go ahead and do that to show you guys the process real quick. Confirm, import. There we go. Then you can select another chain. So for example, we could do BNB. We do next, approve. That's it. As easy as that. Then we do transfer. There we go. Pretty easy. Please do a video on Polyhedra. Yes, I will in the future, for sure. Actually, we can even transfer some tokens from Polyhedra. I don't like it, to be honest. It is not a bridge that I do enjoy, but you can use it just a few times, just to add some diversification and show that you actually have been using Polyhedra. Also go use Merkley to transfer layer 0, Wormhole, Polyhedra, Hyperliquid. Cool. How do you keep track of all this info? I don't know. That's all I do, actually. Most of the time it is just because I'm just typing it right here. So for example, let's see. I will do something like this. Polyhedra, Arbitrum. I think I paid like 29 cents for minting. Then I add a comment. Basically, that's how I do it. So yeah. Is ZK Sync snapshot already taken? Sir, no, it is not. Drip is an NFT platform on Solana. It doesn't cost anything to be active on their platform, so I check in daily just in case they have an airdrop. Okay, I'm gonna check it out later on, but not sure what it is. Phantom can do an airdrop too. Yes, they can. but I'm not really waiting for an airdrop for Phantom. Hey, this is the first time catching the live. Thank you for all you do. My pleasure, sir. My pleasure. Tim said using ZK Bridge for token transaction might be one of the airdrop criteria. I would say do at least 10 transactions for sure. Yeah. All of it. Actually, if you can do more than 25, that should be the goal. If you can do more than 25 token bridging, NFT minting, and also NFT bridging, also use the messages and everything else, for sure, go ahead and use it. Because we never know. So yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. We've been active for an hour, so thank you as always. So yeah, thank you guys. See you back tomorrow. Any questions, any doubts, just let me know in the Discord group. I'm gonna be adding the links to this video to the description box in just a second. Just give me like 5 minutes so I can add all of them. And basically that's it. Has Fluidity announced when the airdrop will take place? We don't know, but it will be after the airdrop event, which is ending in 4 days. So today is Monday, so most likely after Friday. So we might expect the airdrop maybe next week if they want to do things quick, hopefully. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for coming. See you back tomorrow. Same time, same love. Bye-bye.